Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. I'm your host, David, and we are here to talk about the Chicago Cubs again. We are less than 2 weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting to spring training. The official date for the Chicago Cubs is February 11th. I'm totally stoked for this, boys and girls. Totally excited. I think it's a little earlier than normal because of the WBC. Lots of Cubs players going to be playing in that. We'll talk about that here a little bit later. And we'll find out more officially next Thursday as to who will be and who will not be playing in the WBC Classic. So, the top 10 positional rankings are out for 5 of the positions so far. There's 5 more next week. For the top number 1 positions for each one are at second base so far, Ketel Marte. Starting pitcher was Tarik Skubal. Shortstop was Bobby Witt. Left fielder was Jarren Duran. And center field was Julio Rodriguez. The Cubs had 3 players of those 5 positions that were in the top 10. Nico Hoerner was the number 3 second baseman. This is via the shredder. Ian Happ was number 6 at left field, and PCA was number 5 for center field. I'd like to see. I think you can make an argument for Nico to be number 2 in that, but I don't like where PCA is at all. I think his defense alone makes him in the top 3, just his defense. Let alone the fact that he was 30-30. I know he struggled in the second half. I know that he struggled against lefties. All that. But come on. I mean, he was still 30-30, guys. Like, I think it's crazy that he was not higher than what he was. Wyatt Langford is not better than PCA. Jackson Merrill, at least last year, was not better than PCA. Byron Buxton, I don't think he was either. Julio Rodriguez probably was. The other 3 were not. And that's my opinion. Tell me you guys' thoughts on that. What do you guys think? Next week, they have 5. The next 5 positions are going to be top 10 catchers, then top 10 right fielders, third baseman, relief pitcher, and first baseman. The Cubs could there's an argument maybe to be made at catcher. So they could possibly have somebody in 4 of those 5. I don't think they're going to have anybody in the relief pitching, but catcher, maybe. Carson Kelly might fit in there. I think Miguel Maya is ultimately going to be more talented and will ultimately win the job as long as he can stay healthy as the regular catcher. But Carson's nothing to sneeze at, man. I love that guy. I'm glad he's on the team. And I'm glad he is such an integral part of the team. For third baseman, I'd be shocked if Alex Bregman is not in that top 10. And I'd be floored if Michael Busch is not in the top 10 of first baseman as well. I know there's a lot of great first basemen. I truly believe that Michael Busch should be in that top 10. So, those are next week. We'll see how that goes. Exciting. Just like really cool that the Cubs have so many guys who are possibilities for this. You know what I mean? I wanted to go over the 40-man and more of predicting the 26-man roster. Eli was not able to be on here tonight with me. So I want to say I don't want to go too far into this because I'd like to talk and discuss more of that with him. But right now, the way it is currently, the guys that I think make the most sense to be on the 26-man roster are we got 7 possible starting pitchers. I'm including Colin Ray and Justin Steele in that. It's also possible that they're going to add somebody else. I am not including guys like Ben Brown, Javier Assad, Jordan Wicks. I'm not including those guys. Those are guys on 40-man roster, and guys who could be in the mix somewhere along in there. But that's not guys I'm including on a 26-man roster to start the year as of right now. Palencia, Thielbar, Matan, Porter Hodge, Hunter Harvey, Hobie Milner, and Jacob Webb. Those last two, I'm really excited about. And again, I'll get more into that. Catchers, they got Carson Kelly, Miguel Amaya. So that's a hell of a twosome right there. That's a nice group. Michael Bush, Tyler Austin at first base. Moises Ballesteros is the DH, at least against righties. Nico Horner, the dude's a stud. An absolute stud. And then for third base, you got Alex Bregman and Matt Shaw. Matt Shaw is going to play a whole lot of utility. He's going to play all the positions. I think he could play short, but it would make more sense just to have him play second, I think. And Nico slide over to short when Dansby's off, and so on and so forth. Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong, Seiya Suzuki. That last spot, I think, is up for debate a lot. Kevin Alcantara, maybe. There's a whole lot of other guys. And I think that eventually, it may not even be someone who's not on the roster yet. I would love to see them still sign a guy like Miguel Andujar or Chas McCormick. Makes a lot of sense. He was a guy that they just signed as a minor league free agent. He could play all the outfield positions. Andujar can't play center field, but I think Matt Shaw could. So, just my thoughts real quick on those. Like I said, we'll get more in depth on that when we have Eli here the next time. So, just talked about the fact that they may be bringing somebody else in. We don't know. Congratulations, though, goes out to Anthony Rizzo, who is likely going to be a studio analyst for the new NBC broadcasts. Him, along with Joey Votto and Clayton Kershaw, with Bob Costas. That's pretty awesome. Totally stoked for Anthony with that. Some minor league signings that were Cubs related, not signed by the Cubs, but Reese McGuire, happy trails. I hate this. He signed a minor league deal with the Brewers. Why couldn't we have signed him to another minor league deal? Maybe he didn't want to come back and be in the minors to start. I don't know. But man, I'm going to miss that guy. I loved having him on the team. I get why he's not on the team right now. But it would have made sense to me to bring him back in a minor league capacity. Eli Morgan also, good riddance. I hope he does well, but he signed with the Royals. That's great. Sucks about Reese McGuire, though. The Cubs farm system rankings, the rankings are starting to come out. There was two of them that came out this week. Kylie McDaniels of ESPN had the Cubs ranked 25th in the farm system right now. And Keith Law from The Athletic has the Cubs ranked 18th. Law had Jefferson Rojas ranked in the top 100 as well. I think that's the biggest difference in that. Most have not had Jefferson Rojas in the top 100. And I kind of get it. I like that he's there for Law. I think Jefferson can provide a lot. But I have some other guys that I'm hoping make a big step this year. I really like the draft that they had last year, adding guys like Ethan Conrad, Kane Kepley, Josiah Hartshorn, and Caleb Wing, among others, and some others that were already in the system, like Jonathan Long, Pedro Ramirez, Juan Cabada, Juan Tomas. I also like Dominique Reed and Riley Martin a lot, but they both project as bullpen guys, and they don't tend to get as much love with the prospect rankings. So, 2026 prospect rankings haven't come out yet. We will talk about those when they do in the top 30 for the Cubs, and where they were last year in correlation. So, maybe I'm just being a homer, and hoping for the best. But I think there's a whole lot to love here. There is one guy that I haven't said yet that I hold out a lot of hope for, that I think can make another huge jump this season. He made a big jump last year. His name is Jostin Florentino. He is a right-handed starting pitcher. He in 23 and 24, he was in the developmental league. Last year, he started out at the rookie ball in Arizona, and then he went to Carolina, Myrtle Beach, the Carolina League, He went 4-3 with a 1.96 ERA in 11 games, 10 games started. 59 2/3 innings, a total of 81 1/3 innings last season. Definitely is high, but hopefully he can make that step to go up over 100, around 100, 110 for this season. The kid is only 20, 21. I think he's 21, or going into his 21 season. He had a whip of 1.04, a batting average against of 187, 67 strikeouts at Myrtle Beach with 59 2/3 innings. Striking out 9 per 9 innings. Over 9 per 9 innings. I'll get it right here eventually. Only gave up 1 home run, too, in that time. This dude, again, if he continues this, and we'll talk a little bit more about some of the things that I really like, because he will be on the rankings, just not sure where at. He was 24th at the end of 25. I'm going to guess he'll be around 20, between 15 and 20, probably closer to 20. But I've got high hopes for this kid. He's got some nasty stuff, some good pitching, and I think that his scouting report grades aren't nearly high enough. That's my personal. After watching this kid pitch, he's got filthy stuff, man. That's the guy that I think can really take a next step and continue developing. The way that the organization is developing, like they're showing promise for developing pitchers now. Tyler Zombro in the system and running it, I think, is making a dramatic change to the way that this is happening for the Cubs. Cubs players who are expected to be on the WBC roster for the spring. This is all I've got left. I know this was kind of a quick episode, but it's a little quicker because I don't have anybody to banter with. I'm missing Eli right now. The Cubs have Alex Bregman, Pete Crow Armstrong, Matthew Boyd, all with Team USA. Seiya Suzuki with Team Japan, and Jameson Taillon with Team Canada. I think that there will be more Cubs players involved, whether or not they're from the minors as well, probably. But I wouldn't be shocked if there's more on the Major League roster as well. So, that, like I said, that all will be officially announced on Thursday and have more impact. So, I think that it's going to be some impact with the Cubs in spring training for this and how they're all getting their time in. I think it can help sharpen them, but obviously gives a little pause for concern because there's also a bigger chance of injury because you're going all out in those WBC Classic games. All these guys want to win for their country, so which they should. That's pretty awesome, and it's an honor for them to be able to get to do this. So, tell me your thoughts. Leave some comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Interact with us, all that fun stuff. If you're listening on a listening platform, like, subscribe. Again, leave us some comments. Tell us what you think. Everybody have a great day, and let's go Cubs.